the clouds with sunshine. When I hold back a tear to make a smile appear, I'm only painting the clouds with sunshine. Painting the blues, beautiful hues, colored with gold and old rose. Playing the clown, trying to drown all of my woes. Though things may not look bright, they all turn out all right if I keep painting the clouds with sunshine.
March 1919, the twilight years of the pre-grouping era. It was a time where the railways were in much higher demand than ever. Great giants like the London and North Western Railway, the Great Eastern Railway, the Midland Railway, and a railway among the greatest, the Great Northern Railway. Great Northern Railway number 1008, the Emily Wilding Davidson, mostly called Emily for short, was seen as long past her prime. Built in 1895 as a 4-2-2 wheel arrangement, she was the last Stirling single to be commercially built. As the single was first designed in 1875, the design was considered outdated from 1919. Due to this, Emily's class, including her, had been demoted to small duties like goods trains and more. The load had become a lot, and Emily was exhausted.
You look like you're struggling. Can't keep up the pace, old girl.
Your insults for later, Alfred. Those trucks were acting up today.
Oh, really? Maybe you're just too old for service.
At least they still see value in me, Alfred.
The fact you complain about pulling trucks. Ah! That's because you're a passenger engine. You're not made for that kind of work. Us mixed traffic engines can take twice the amount of pull and not break a sweat.
Look, Alfred. I know the C1 and C2 Atlantics are far superior to me in every way, but you don't have to constantly gloat about it. They can outperform you as well.
Please. Those engines are small talk compared to me.
Just then, an experimental engine known as the C1.P prototype, later on also known as 87546, and even later on known as Groven, pulled out of the shed. He was looking rather smart.
Quite right, Alfred. Those Atlantics are paltry by today's standards, and even more so looking at Emily here.
I'll have you know I'm in phenomenal shape for service. Besides, C1PU and Alfred may not be the best locomotives. Once the super locomotive project is complete...
We'll see when you're on the scrap line.
Oh, please. Enough of this super locomotive talk. I'll have you know. Most whistles are the same, but this one had a different tune to it.
I'll say, I think I see a new engine coming.
Just then, a shiny new 10-wheeler locomotive reverses towards King's Cross sheds. He had just been completed and tested at Doncaster Works. It was painted in a bright, more distinctive green, opposing to the LNER apple green.
He looks almost like me.
The president, as well as the controller of the Great Northern Railway, stepped down from the cab of the locomotive, introducing him to everyone else.
Look sharp, you two.
Everyone, I'd like you to meet our newest locomotive. We call the Sir Henry Fowler.
Fowler? Isn't he with the Midland Railway? I.e., your railway's rival?
What nobody knew at the time was that Henry was a collaboration design put together by both Sir Nigel Gresley from the Great Northern and Henry Fowler from the Midland Railway. Many might call that blasphemous, but it's known for the chief mechanical engineers to get along, while the management don't get along.
I'm as surprised as you are. But maybe there's something going on? You may never know.
Gresley, you idiot. May I continue, please?
Yes, sir.
The Henry Fowler is our latest locomotive, a second experimental addition to the initial prototype number C1.P, serial number 87546. This one has some design changes for coal efficiency on express trains.
Told you, 1008. Another prototype to outperform you.
Exactly. Bigger is better. Though, I am just as good as these two.
Oi! I have a name for you.
As if I care. You're inferior to the modern ones, so keep quiet. Oh, you calm yourself. She's been on this railway longer than us two combined. My fellow experiment, you should be happy that you have a name in the first place. Be proud of yourself. I don't feel proud if another engine feels bad. Now stop.
Trials between the two engines will begin tomorrow. C1.P, you will do Alfred's run to York.
What? Did the GNR agree to this?
Your railway wants to see C1.P for themselves. You'll be relegated to goods trains in the meantime.
Beg your pardon?
For a long time, I've gotten complaints from your controller about your attitude and mean schemes. And you just prove my point. My decision is final. 1503.
Ridiculous! Outrageous!
Delicious?
Shut up! This has nothing to do with you!
Oh, don't be so discouraged, Alfred. I'll tell you passengers what a fine engine you are.
You better! I am the pride of the Great Eastern!
The Henry Fowler, on the other hand, will be trialed on Emily's trains starting tomorrow.
And what will I do, sir?
You, Emily,
Yes?
you will just, shunt tomorrow.
Oh, I see. Fair enough, sir.
Sir, could Emily actually assist me for the first few runs, so I have someone who can show me around what it's like? And isn't seemingly a huge pain to work with?
Oh, What do you think, President? I think it'll be a grand idea. Henry could use some help from an engine with plenty of experience. Then that settles it. Emily, you'll double head with Henry Fowler and show him the rope.
Thank you. Thank you, Henry, for suggesting me.
I don't even know the route. I figured you can help me.
Yep, I guess so.
I hope I can do well and bring the railway to a brighter future.
Little did they all know this wouldn't happen. See, Henry has a serious design fault. In order to make the coal consumption cheaper, his firebox was much smaller than required for his boiler. Next day, the Henry Fowler and the Emily Davidson are coupled to a train of vans bound for Newcastle. In addition to the heavy load, two inspectors from Doncaster ride along in the brake van. They want to take notes on Henry's performance.
Ready to go?
Ready, let's make an impression.
With a huge cloud of steam, both the Henry Fowler and the Emily Davidson set in motion and slowly pulled the goods train out of the yards and onto the open main line. Both engines were making good progress on the train. They were gliding down the line with ease at first. Everything went fine. But that's when the troubles began.
Henry, are you feeling alright?
I'm okay. Just catching my breath.
But eventually, they started to slow down more and more. Henry's puffing started to sound more labored. The Emily Davidson gets very concerned.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
But Henry was wrong. His pistons started to push slower, and his wheels started to move more labored and slow. Then Emily felt the full weight of the train, now where the Henry Fowler had stopped steaming. Additionally, she still had the weight of the Henry Fowler himself piled onto her. They were soon reaching an overpass where they were supposed to steam under. Just feet before they entered it, they were forced to come to a complete stop. The weight was too much for the Emily Wilding Davidson alone. Slowly but surely, the train ground to a halt.
Henry! What's wrong?
I don't know. I just stopped.
Blast! How can we lose steam already? Now the driver had to check over the Henry Fowler. Meanwhile, the inspectors took notice of Henry's performance, which sadly wasn't that great as of now. While the inspectors checked everything, other trains had to be diverted to go around them.
Ha ha!
Is it serious?
I can't tell. Nothing external seems wrong. So, what could it be? I was shoveling like mad, yet the fire didn't burn hotter.
I'm sorry, Emily. Looks like I ended up making us both late.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. You tried.
Why not? Even you work better despite your relatively outdated design. But I'm brand new and already brake on my first train. That's not a good look for a new engine.
Come on, let's get your fire started again and keep going. I hope it won't take too long.
Henry agreed meekly. Emily saw his sad expression and decided to comfort him.
It's the first try. We'll just have to go again and again. I don't know what issues you have, but you're just new. That's all. Every engine needs to start somewhere.
Emily, you might be an old hat design, but you're possibly the loveliest, most determined of all I met yet.
That's very kind of you to say.
Right, got pressure up again. The journey had a few hiccups, with the Henry Fowler briefly slowing down, before speeding up again every few moments. But whenever Henry began to slow, Emily just pushes and keeps the convoy going. It was getting dark by the time they arrived at Newcastle 15 minutes late. The station master looked down unimpressed at Emily, thinking of her as nothing more than an old pumping engine on wheels.
Sorry, sir. We had a few setbacks.
Setbacks? This is a railway! You should know that! You're old enough to be Stephenson's rocket!
No matter how true this might be in the engineering context, this is no way to think of a hard worker like that.
We have to stay on top of everything!
Oh, shut up! For your information, she was the one who helped me get here. Without her, I might be even later. Now if you excuse me, both her and I think, need some rest. Good day.
That was very thoughtful of him.
While the train is being unloaded, the Emily Davidson couldn't get the Henry Fowler out of her mind. To her, engines came and went, but there was none she ever met quite like Henry. Henry felt secretly a similar way. Since the day he was built, he believed he was a flop, but ever since he met Emily, he felt more confident than ever. Both of them performed and felt better than ever before, even when the C1.P prototype and Alfred still picked on them. It would be long before they found out what happened on the test run. As for Henry, his journey is just beginning.
Am I headed to a bright future?
You are. You have a bright future ahead. I just know it.
For the Sir Henry Fowler, it would be a journey of a great engine, initially struggling, but always finding a way out. He will prove this again very soon, but that is another story.